But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Going on, entertainment? So time comes to y'all with another video. Welcome to Evner Entertains, y'all. By the way, that was my remake of Shamia's Corny Confessionals. I don't know about y'all, but I appreciate Shamia's Corny Confessionals because they give me something to laugh at. You know what I'm saying? Now, y'all will expect this recap, anything to do with Housewives, news, all that on this channel, Evner Entertains. So if y'all not subscribed and y'all coming from the Evner Entertainment channel, subscribe to this one. Y'all don't want to miss the notifications. I will be doing collab posts with Evner Entertainment, so y'all won't miss it if y'all don't subscribe, which I don't know why y'all don't want to subscribe. So yeah, this premiere episode is a really good premiere episode. I don't care what anybody says. If you have not watched Beverly Hills this year, please do not ever fix your mouth to ever say, cancel Atlanta. Atlanta is not good. It's not the same. It's boring. No, shut up. Go watch Beverly Hills this season and come back and talk to me. Boring. It's like you're watching white paint dry on the wall. Swear to God. Nothing of interest. So before y'all fix y'all mouths to cancel these black franchises that we barely have enough of, please do your research before fix your mouth and saying it. I'm so sick of people with these reality shows that are black cast ensembles wanting them to be canceled when, one, we don't have a lot of them, and then two, y'all be wanting the old season type of feel back when a lot of these shows that are white ensemble cast, that old school feel that they used to have, they don't have either. So why should we have to go off air if they don't? Straight up. I feel like it was a great premiere episode. It was funny from beginning to end. It was good seeing the girls interact, and I feel like they did a great job this season with the casting. Now I'm recording this Monday night, so I don't know when I'm gonna drop it, but y'all gonna get it by Tuesday night. Now it opens up with Angela and Charles sitting down, and they're like catching up, and she brings up this situation about the cloudy drink, about him saying that she put something to make him and her end up sleeping together. A lot of people are still on the fact that they feel as if he doesn't really like her like that, et cetera, et cetera. I don't believe that. I'm gonna tell you why. Now watching him for this little bit of time that we have, and including this first episode, if he did not like her, he would have got away from her. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, you could tell is the type of dude, like, he not gonna stay in something that he's miserable in, like that he hates just cause. So I feel like he would have been dipped. I just think that he's like so old that like he does not know how to do new age affection, which I feel like some people it works for, some people it doesn't. Me, I won't be able to do that. Sorry, because it's like now I'm gonna be thinking that you really don't like me for real, even though like you never were like that as a person. I'm gonna think in my mind that you don't like me like that. So it works for Angela. So I feel like the people need to stop critiquing their relationship, because I can guarantee you this year and a half that has passed by since the last season has premiered, if you were cheating or was with other women, it would have been came out. It would have been came out. So I'm gonna just lead him be. How about that? So then we get your introduction of K Michelle, y'all. First of all, one thing that shocked me was Porsha is the one that's bringing her along. I didn't even think those two were as cool. I know they worked with each other before, but the way that Bravo worked, you gotta kind of come through somebody. You can't just pop up. So she had to come through somebody. She came through Porsha. I love K Michelle. Anybody that knows me knows I listen to her music. And I feel like she is very underrated. I don't even like her just as a person. I like her as a musical artist. Okay, I appreciate good music, and K Michelle makes amazing music. Argue with your mama. I don't care what nobody say to me. She's 10 times better than Tamar Braxton. Sorry, argue with your mom. Okay, the reason why is because her musical range is very creative. Her musical range can go far beyond a lot of artists. She at one point rapped on a track with Mindful that she did with T-Pain. She at one point could do soul. She's now doing country. She can do R&B. her range is high. I don't care what nobody says. Okay. Y'all cannot like her as a person, but as a musical artist, you cannot debate that she is one of the greats. Okay. One of my favorite songs is, well, some of my favorite songs, Judge Me, Going Under. It's like a jungle so tired and make me wonder why people going under. It's like a jungle so tired and baby. Okay. Drake Would Love Me. VSOP, which is so like, and that's just to name a few. Like I have like most of her tracks off her album on my Spotify. Like I'm talking about listen on repeat. Her and Porsha are catching up. We find out that K Michelle quickly got married. Now I was under the impression that she was been married because she always used to call her man her husband, but she quickly got married. I'm guessing before filming. Child, they probably told her like, "Hey, you coming for Love and Hip Hop and you don't have a ring? What we gonna do about that?" She said, "Bet, BRB." So they ran to the courthouse and she's married. Now she's married, you guys. And Porsha starts asking her and telling her about how she is like an inspiration because now she's doing country music. Now, K Michelle says, "Yeah, I'm doing country music and I'm glad that Beyonce saw what I was doing and did what she did." Now, K Michelle, why would you do that?
Now I know you ain't doing that. I can't believe you did this. That's why I don't tell you nothing. Because why you do that? Why I do what?
Listen, I'm all here for you doing your big one. Okay, I am going to listen to the country music. Do I think Beyonce was watching what K Michelle doing and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do that before she do it"? Possibly. I'm not gonna say like possibly. I was just shocked she was bold enough to say it on camera. I said, "Oh, them beehives are gonna get you, Michelle. I'm telling you, they are going to get you, Kay. They're going to get you because that's very bold. All right, but y'all know there's a lot of bigger artists. They watch smaller artists and they steal from them. Same goes with creatives. There's a lot of big ass creatives. They'll watch what a small creative is doing. They see that it works for them and they steal it and they run with it. That's why you got to kind of like, you got to strike when the iron is hot. Okay, that's why this reality show idea, y'all never gonna catch me talking about it on this YouTube that I'm working on. Y'all just gonna see it come to fruition after the pilot and all that is done. Cause y'all is not gonna take my and run with it. Nip, 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 nip. I done had enough stuff stolen from me. It's just not gonna happen anymore. Like I'm over it. I'm stuck on that. Okay. So Porsha lets K Michelle know that she's dating around and that she is now officially divorced. She's keeping the house and she plans on keeping the house, right? At one point, K Michelle starts crying because she feels like Atlanta has given her a hard time since her being in the city. She feels like her being in the city, she's had a hard time in being in Atlanta with girls like, I guess, bullying her, she says. Okay. We've all seen the journey on Love and Hip Hop. She did not have the easiest time. I will say that. It was not easy. And a lot of the girls accused her of lying when it was proven to be true that nigga was whooping her ass. So I'm glad she got the vindication that she needed. And I know that the haters that are watching her are so mad. Like, I can't wait for that moment. Like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine your haters being forced to watch you on ads everywhere that they look. Like, that would make them livid. Okay. I will say though, I don't see Porsha and K Michelle's friendship lasting. Sorry. I know K Michelle, not personally, but I've been watching her a long time. K Michelle does not like a ditzy girl. Porsha is ditzy. A tricksy daisy. What do they call it? She's a tricksy daisy. K Michelle don't like them type of girls. No shade, no shade. She do not like them. Those Mimi type girls, that's like Porsha. Always dating around, a little bit of a lesbian, not smart with decision making in regards to relationships. K Michelle always ends up falling out with girls like that. So I don't see that friendship lasting. I'm just saying, bookmark this video and come back to it. Watch. So Porsha is hosting a dinner party, y'all. Porsha ain't hosted a party since forever. Okay. Now that she has the house and she could film in the house, she's able to now host things. So she wanted to show off her house, child. So she doing a dinner party. And she tells K Michelle, everybody that's going, Now, this is where they start to kind of like ease in the Drew versus K Michelle storyline, which I'm not happy about. Y'all know this, okay? Because I like both of these ladies, all right? And I feel like both of them can sing and both of them have talent, right? So she's like, oh, Drew's coming, Drew Sador. She's like, well, what singer aren't you beefing with? Now, that's where K Michelle started crying, saying that she had like a hard time and ATL and all that stuff. One thing about artists, I feel like they're one, extremely competitive, and two, when they're put into one space and there's only a few of them, they always want to be the reigning top dog. So this was gonna happen regardless of anything that was said on the internet, any shade, anything. It was gonna happen regardless. So we see Shamia, and Shamia ends up meeting with Kelly, and y'all, they are now best friends. She even called her BFF. So they come in and they start talking about and catching up. And apparently they've gotten so close now to the point where like kids are hanging out, they did family vacations. Like they actually are a lot closer than now her and Porsha, which is really sad. When you really think about it, Porsha and Shamia friendship breakup is sad. Y'all done had a show break up y'all friendship. Y'all known each other since y'all were children. I still feel as if Porsha is a lot to blame for that friendship breakup. I don't care what nobody say. There's a problem to where when there's two friends in the same type of lane and one starts to elevate and become at the same level as the other friend, that friend will then become jealous. That friend will then become irritated. Like, no, this is my gig. Why are you coming and trying to steal my gig? I feel like the moment Shamia got that peach, it was curtains for Porsha. Straight up. I know they try to make it seem like it was about all this other stuff with the mom stuff and all. No, 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 no. The moment she got that peach, it was over. Porsha did not want Shamia to have that peach. Candy was the one that had to convince Bravo and them to give Shamia a chance and give her that peach, and kept pushing her to get that peach. They asked Shamia before, but her husband was not with it. Don't get me wrong. But keep that in mind. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's something that I feel like is really a big, like one of the biggest problems, but they're just not talking about it. Shamia then lets us know that they pay, her husband has invested over six figures into her music career. I feel like this. When it comes to people that has been doing reality TV trying to pursue music, I think it's one of the hardest things ever because people do not take you seriously. I feel like people in the music industry do not take people that's in reality TV trying to do music. And y'all probably said, but K Michelle, no. K Michelle was doing music and was an established artist before Love and Hip Hop. Same with a lot of other reality stars that were doing music before reality TV. So there's a big difference. But if you come into reality TV and then you do music, it's a whole different. Now I know Shamia was like in a band and she did a little bit of music before being on Housewives, but I do feel like if she was like way more of an established solo artist and then went into Housewives, because I gotta understand she was a friend of for years. So we've been seeing Shamia. So some of y'all, you feel me? Some of y'all started watching maybe later, but like we've been seeing Shamia. So it's like I think it's a lot harder to do that once you're known as like a reality star girly. So hopefully she knows that going into it because that's a lot of money. Oh my God. Shamia, you did good finding that husband. You did really good finding that African. See, that's why Portia don't like you. You got good luck. You hear me? You found a good African. You know what I'm saying? You got a good career outside of even just Bravo. You're well connected. Portia don't like that. And now you have Portia job too, baby. She was never gonna like you. Now, Shamia, you're extremely inappropriate for what you did to for Kelly's daughter. Okay. How you going? I hope she was joking and she wasn't seriously trying to get at girl, daughter, all them things, because condoms and alcohol is crazy. Are you high? Like seriously, why would you give that to her? Like that is so crazy to me. I really hope she was joking doing that. But they talk about Portia's dinner, and that's where Shamia gets us with the. So there's this whole discourse about Shamia being corny. I like her from a little bit. I don't feel like I'm that corny, but I like it. I don't care what nobody say. It's funny to me because it's cringe. Okay, so hey, it is what it is. A lot of the girlies do fake reads in them confessionals out and rehearse reads instead of letting it come from the top of their head. So I appreciate a little corn in the cob every now and then. How about that? Okay. Now Kelly at this point is going, but y'all know Kelly don't like Porsha, which I'm here for, because I feel like a lot of these girls come on this show and they're like not scared of Porsha, but they kind of walk on tippy toes with Porsha because they think Porsha finna hit them. But Kelly don't mind, and I like that. So we get to this dinner, okay? So everybody starts arriving. It's supposed to be an all black affair, okay? Drew comes in and she has a virtual date, black, which is, y'all know the dude that be doing the smoke ads on Instagram with the black smoke. Everybody's like, did you guys buy black smoke hookah? If y'all want hookah with no nicotine, black smoke is where it's at, right? He's the owner of that. And he's on FaceTime. Drew would not confirm that they are together besides a friendship. That's the stuff that's going to irritate me with Drew. Stop. Straight up. Like, it's really irritating. Like, I don't like, to me, housewives that are not clear about things in their personal life. Why is things such a secret? Drew's not a liar. She withholds information. So she is an omitter. We're not going to call her a liar. We're going to call her an omitter. I don't like omitters because you're not letting us know everything. You're giving us half of the story. Just say you with the man. Like, who gives a crap? Porsha brings a new man every season. You get what I'm saying? You got some catching up to do. Y'all remember every season Porsha used to bring a new man before she met Simon? Oh my God. Every year was Duke, Dennis, that basketball player nigga. The one that was like a conservative something. Like, it was always a new nigga. So if she could do that, you can do that too. Now we get to meet this new man, which y'all know Porsha has a type when it comes to niggas. We still don't know her type when it comes to stud and women, but we're gonna get to know that very soon. Now, this nigga looks like Dennis if he was a preacher. Dennis if he didn't just eat hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, he looked like he eat burgers, beef, sirloin, to be exact. You get what I'm saying? Like, he a burly type of dude, but that's how Porsha like him. Bald, look a little bit in their 40s, with a little bit of a belly, you know what I'm saying? And burly. So that is Porsha's type. So I'm not shocked at it. Now, I did see like he dropped this skit of somebody asking him to be on Housewives as somebody's date or boyfriend or something like that. But apparently, Porsha says this skit was dropped after the filming of the show. So I don't think it makes her look any good. This guy, though, I could tell they weren't going to last. He gives that he's there for his own doing, especially what he did with that speech situation. Announcing the house as if he paid for it, as if, his name is on the deed. Yeah. It's given that he wanted his own type of clout. So Porsha sure knows how to fuck. I'm telling you, like, damn. Porsha need her a nigga that owns like a corporation that does not want to be on camera. Porsha needs somebody that does not want to be in the spotlight. If Porsha continues going out with people that care about being on camera or don't mind or feels like it could benefit them, their relationship will not last. Straight up. Then we get the introduction. Shamia is at her house. She's getting ready to go to the dinner party. We get an introduction of Pinky Cup. Pinky in them slides. Let me tell y'all something. I know exactly what happened. Because if y'all pay attention to the episode, y'all internet sleuths, her shoes changed. She went from them slides, them little flip-flops. Okay, it's giving Terry Birch flip-flops She went from the flip-flops to them heels. So she did switch out of shoes, y'all. So not too much on Pinky. Pinky is somebody I feel like she's being herself, but you could tell she's trying to like fit the Housewives aesthetic. Like, my name is Pinky. I do this, I do that, and I do a little bit of this. Did I tell you I could pull a trick out of a hat? Like that whole shit, you could tell it is her, but she's like overly kind of doing it to let us know she's here. You know what I'm saying? I do this, I do that. Did I do that? Like you, like it's a little bit of that, right? But I like her. I feel like a lot of people can learn from her business wise. I hate how the internet criticizes her in regards to stuff that she does in business. Some of y'all have not even owned the LLC a day in y'all life, and y'all have the most to say. Shut the entire up, straight up. Unless you've paid taxes on the LLC, unless you've like done the paperwork, unless you you have no idea what you're talking about. As somebody who owned and has owned a couple of LLCs, please shut up because you have no clue. It is not as sweet and easy and nice and pretty as the world makes it seem. It costs to really be the boss, straight up. So for that, I'm gonna always have a sense of respect for Pinky, because especially with the bankruptcy stuff, a lot of what she's done, white people do it too, but they don't get enough of that criticism because guess what? Their white counterparts don't criticize them publicly. They might do it behind closed doors, but unlike us, black folk, we love to do it in public and key on each other and humiliate each other. Okay, but then our white counterparts are just do it and everybody's image stays intact. That's the difference. So she comes in and we notice that Shamia has had her body snatched, pulled, and done. I love it. I would have did the same thing too before I started filming. That's why before I almost got on that ass show, I lost all this weight, child, because I wanted to look my best, girl. But y'all just gonna have to catch me on YouTube. Anyways, so she ends up calling her husband. Let me tell y'all, Shamia, you're a liar. I think her husband planned that whole plane situation. I don't think the husband wanted to come to the dinner. I don't think the husband likes Porsha. I don't think the husband wanted to be in Porsha's home. I don't think the husband wanted to be there when Shamia may have potentially argued with another cast member. That's what I think really happened. If we're gonna be completely honest. I'm just saying, I do not think the husband wanted to go. So that whole, oh, you missed the flight. There was a reroute. Man, I can't do nothing about that. That was so set up. Now that set up, that's what it gave to me. So they ended up going to the dinner. Pinky gets there. She's introduced herself to everybody. And apparently Pinky and Kelly have like beef. They've left each other on red a couple of times. Kelly, Pinky said hi to Kelly. She like, oh, my Baltimore sister. You know, I DM you, but you left me on red. She just said it all out front. And then Kelly says in her confessional, she left her on red too when she reached out to her. So she doesn't really vibe with her. She doesn't think she's a girl's girl. First of all, a lot of you girls are not girls, if we want to be honest. So please let's not overdo the term. Because y'all wouldn't know a girl's girl if it slapped y'all across the face. So yeah. So also we noticed that you know, Kelly brought this man. What was funny was seeing K. Michelle and Charles in the corner kikiing like that. That was cute to see. The fact that they got along like that, they was keying. Apparently, Kelly brought a friend that I guess gets around. This is why I'm very fearful moving to Atlanta. Like, let me tell y'all one thing about Florida. Like, everybody kind of knows each other, but I feel like Atlanta, everybody has known and slept with each other. You get what I'm saying? Like down here, you can kind of get away with it a little bit. Down there, oh my God. Everybody gonna know all your tea, and I don't have time for that. That's why it's like I be thinking about going and moving over there, but it's like, yeah, like, yeah, yeah. So they start keying about the dude. Shamia ends up coming in. Shamia and Porsha have like this awkward hug, and they start playing this game. Now, this game is like a couples game. They start asking each other stuff. At one point, they asked Pinky, what have they had any public sex? She says in her confessional, the only meat that she eats is her husband. That's another thing that went viral. People do not think the only meat she has eaten is her husband's. I don't think so either. As thick as you are, Pinky, I don't think you're vegan. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you're vegan. I don't think you putting a lot of organic things in that body. Okay? I do not think so. No shade. I think you putting a whole lot of processed meat up in your body besides your husband's meat. I think so. Sorry. Cause y'all gotta understand, vegan meat, I feel like it's real, it's meat, but it's not like real meat. You get what I'm saying? Like, I've had trainers and people that work in the athletic field. They told me, like, I'm like, oh, I ate this vegan thing. They said, no, don't do that. Like, if you're trying to, like, no, don't do that. Like, don't eat that vegan stuff. I'm like, oh. So no, I don't think so either, Pinky. But we're gonna let you keep living it up. Okay, filing for bankruptcy. Let me stop. Keep living it up. Not filing your taxes. At one point, Shamia ends up getting into it, Drew. This is where Shamia loses me. Drew, I do not think was trying to be shady when she said that. All she was asking, like, where is he? Should she have asked? No, because they're not in good terms. But I don't think she was trying to say that to like poke fun at her. Because you could tell by the way that she said it, she wasn't trying to be shady. She was just like, oh, like, where is he or whatever. Because a lot of the things that Drew says in scene, a lot of girls try to take it as if she's just a shady person off the rip or just not liking her. We could tell when Drew was trying to be shady. Like what she said about K. Michelle in that confessional. She was trying to be shady. Does she still do music? Is she music? That was shady. She was trying to be shady. There's no debate about that. But don't be trying to like go at her because you don't like her off of her asking like a simple question. And the reason why, to me, Shamia really got frustrated is because you and your husband planned out for him not to come. That was orchestrated. Straight up. It was. That was orchestrated. So the ladies all step aside and then the men go in their own direction and they sit down, they start talking about this whole situation with Shamia and Porsha. Porsha said she got closure from their last conversation. It must have been a lace closure because there ain't no closure. And then we get to this whole situation about the game. This is why I don't care what nobody says. I always have thought Phaedra was a liar. I don't care. Like, this is what gets me when it comes to Housewives Atlanta fans. Y'all call Drew a liar, but will defend Phaedra and not call her a liar. If you're gonna call one a liar, the other is a liar too. Like, no, that is not debatable. One thing that Phaedra gonna do is lie. She literally lied about when her child was being born. Like, who lies about something so simple and dumb like that? Like, no. She said that she had in the scene, she was able to pull up the tape of the lady or whoever threatening Angela, and she could pull it up and listen to audio, all this type stuff. They asked her in confessional. She said, well, I could, or something like that. So you never had it. So why did you lie? You're a liar. Okay? So y'all gonna call Drew a liar? Make sure to keep that same energy with Phaedra, because Phaedra's a known liar. We're just getting to know Drew to be a liar. Phaedra is stamped as a liar. You know what I'm saying? So they get into that whole situation, and then that's when Drew brings up the whole Shamia thing in the YouTube video. I talked about this YouTube video on this channel. I do not think that YouTube video was smart. It was very weird. Why are you apologizing to the cast when you're gonna see them in a few months? It was awkward. It didn't make any sense to me. Like, I just felt like, you know, Shamia had an epiphany. She went to Tiffany's. Feny's on her and the mother dickeries. Okay? That's how I felt at that point. K. Michelle gets up in the melee of all this and decides to walk off. K. Michelle, please do not come up in here acting bougie as if you were just not on Love Hip Hop some years ago, arguing with A1 and telling him to take his pearls out his hair and telling freaking Rockstar that he needed a peach like he was a housewife. Now you have the peach. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't be trying to act all bougie that you're so above. I don't like that. I really hope she don't be doing that, because you are not above. You are not above. You're within. You're a month, if we're gonna be honest. Okay. So then next thing you know, K Michelle kind of goes outside with the guys, and then the other ladies end up following her outside. And that's what Porsha notices. A lot of people did not follow the dress code. They did not even wear all black. Now, before that even happens, Kelly comes with her question. Y'all know how Kelly is when it comes to her wanting to ask questions. They're always unnecessary and very instigating in nature. I live for it though. The reason why is because we don't get to see a lot of girls antagonize Porsha. So it is a little entertaining to me. I'm sorry. I don't not like Porsha. I just feel like there's certain housewives that I feel like get too much of an easy ride. And Porsha has gotten some points, in my opinion, a very easy ride. Like that whole situation with Simon last season, that was the easiest ride ever in regards to her getting her foot put to the fire and answering questions about that relationship. Because had that have been her and then with the old cast, with Kenya, Nene, all of them, they would have made sure she answered them questions. Like why you took the lady husband, you thought this was gonna last, like all those things. Like we didn't really get them answers. So there's that. The ending of it, the dude ends up, Porsha new dude kind of congratulates and says that her house in a way, like he gives a congratulations as if he's like paying for the house, which was odd. And that was pretty much it, y'all. This was a good premiere episode. I don't care what y'all say. Let me know what y'all think about the new cast. Are y'all feeling K Michelle on the show so far? We will be doing recaps on this channel. Let me know what y'all think, and we out, baby.